Well, here's the first looks of the new project at home. I'm going to put up a little video of what I saw on Facebook Marketplace that brought me to purchase this.
Own a piece of history with this 1954 Willys M170 military ambulance. It does start and run. M170 is the longer wheelbase, which became the civilian CJ6. Unique military elements include the setback headlamps, blacked out turn signals, location for a second battery, a port which had connections to jumpstart one military vehicle to another, spare tire well with a larger opening, holes in the tailgate for stretchers, unique blacked out tail lamps, connections for radio. M170 included a unique gauge cluster. It had minor rust which has been repaired here, also on the driver's side, and some rust in the bed. Frame of the vehicle is solid. The body is detached from the frame right now as part of the intended restoration process. And I have a Michigan title in my name. It's time for you to own this piece of American history.
But this is a 1954 Jeep M170, and it is the longer version of the M138. I think it's A1. This one, of course, like the YouTuber I bought it from, the Huntington Hillbilly, he kind of highlighted the stuff in the little video, but the big things, that's just a tote for all the parts, is it the tailgate has the holes for the stretcher or to go through, and it wouldn't have had any seats here in the rear. It wouldn't have had even this seat right here. This is the wrong type of seat for this model, but it does seem to fit the width of the vehicle. There are a couple of toolboxes. They're not really rusted out. There's some rust in them, but the toolbox here, there's another one right here on the driver's side, and there's one kind of right here underneath the seat. The big difference between this and a CJ6, of course, is the opening right here on the side. Sorry, it's on the trailer still. I haven't got it taken off. And this area right here would have been for the spare tire. The spare tire would have sat in here with some more bracketry. I think I have some of it. I think it's right there. Yeah. I think Sean, says that this has a special gauge package in it. The speedometer only goes up to 60 as is. We got engine oil, fuel level, temperature, and then the battery. I'm not sure what these are. I haven't seen those in my research. We've got some data plates up here, and there's another one right here that talks about the transfer case and how that works, what speeds you get out of it. So, it's pretty neat. All this stuff is here. I really appreciate Sean keeping it together and giving me a chance to put it together. So, what am I going to do with this? Well, I think my plan is to try to drive it. I had this idea, and I told Sean when I was buying it that I want to try to drive this for a year, like a straight year. So to me, that's driving it, every day for 365 days. Cold snow, rain, sun, everything. So that's something I'm going to try to shoot for, but it's not going to happen as it sits today. So Sean points out in the video when he's trying to sell it that it has the blackout lights. These are auto light blackout tail lights. I didn't see the blackout controls though. I was kind of looking for those in a lot of videos. That it sits right here, and it has the lockout controls so you can turn it on and off. There's also just a big storage bin here. It does have the blackout lights as well on the front, and as he pointed out, the headlights are set in quite a bit more compared to a CJ5 or CJ6. That way from above, you don't see the light coming through. But I got this home last night. It was a bit of an adventure. The weather was calling for snow, And I thought I could get home. Didn't quite make it home. As you can see, it's still packed on the trailer, and it sat in the barn overnight, or all day, and it still hasn't thawed out. This Jeep has, let's see here, just get the hood set up here. Has the F134 engine on it, and there's a new carburetor, or a rebuilt carburetor, and Sean was able to start it. I have proof that it runs, so I don't know if it smokes or anything, but that's going to be for us to figure out. Looking through the box of goodies, he's labeled some of the stuff, and some of the stuff is stuff that he got. But I think this is part of the spare tire holder for the CJ, the M170. We have the oil bath air cleaner, the battery tray hold down. I was really looking for this. This is the cap for the carburetor, so that it brings the air out from on top of the carburetor over to the air cleaner. It should be mounted right here on the fender. And then if you so equipped, you could run and snorkel through that hole and up the windshield frame, and have fording capabilities. This, like a lot of old Jeeps, you just get a box of parts. Here's some more blackout lights. I'm not sure what vintage they are. Another like blackout light frame. Just a bunch of stuff. Another blackout light. Boots for the shift levers. Oh, it looks like a inside of a light, a reflector. This Jeep has the T90 3-speed transmission. It's got the 2-speed transfer case, and so top speed is around 60 miles an hour. Not really fast, but it does have a 20-gallon fuel tank. It's got a little dent in it right here. And then I do have the fenders. One's got a little bit of a wiggly part there. Not sure we'll be keeping that. It's kind of neat that it's got that. I wonder if that's a sticker from the Army. It might be. And we have both fenders here. And they're in pretty good shape. Use a little cleanup. So I think the first step for me is going to be get the body the rest of the way off. Sean had taken it loose, and we put some of it back together. We put the radiator and the grill were always attached. The body's pretty much free. We added the support bars just to give it some stability going down the road. So, the hood would be in place and keep things from rattling too much. But there it is. It's something. No, I'm really excited to work on it. I haven't had a project in a while, and I'm excited to get into working on Jeeps again. So this one's actually older than my truck. My truck is a 61, if I remember right. It's sitting right over here too. But, we're gonna need some parts. We've got a little dent here in the hood. And we got the hole here for the snorkel. And, it's got the military things like the port here for power. And we've got, obviously, the handholds in the tailgate. And we got some wiring plugs for an antenna or something of the similar. Still need to do a little more research. But we're going to be taking this and getting it down to the frame, taking it all apart, and we're going to put it back together after some serious cleaning. This will be my first full restoration project. I'm going to do kind of a resto mod again. We're going to be putting disc brakes on the front. Hate to drive with drums at any kind of speed today, especially if we take it off road. So be looking to put disc brakes up front. I might be looking to do it in the rear as well. Likely I'll put some selectable hubs here in the middle too, so that you can get a little bit better fuel economy, especially if you're driving it every day. And we're just gonna be looking through the pieces here, see what we've got, see what we need to find. Likely I'm going to keep the grill, likely going to put some civilian indicators here, just want a little more visibility, or even go with LEDs just to make sure it's safe. It's already going to be, you know, it's going to be a small fish in a big pond. I don't want it to have any more trouble being seen or stopping. So we're going to work on getting it kind of taken apart, and we'll get it put in the shop. We'll probably start the engine here likely in the next little video. See what we got going on with the engine and how much work we need to do going forward. Up here in the rear, yeah, we need to replace the floor. And then I'm going to be looking to do a roll cage in it. I kind of hate to add one. I'm going to try to do it as minimally as possible. But if I'm going to have my family in it, I want to have some safety. Kind of had an idea that if this is where the seats end up, if I can, I'd like to run a kicker tube that follows this wheel well here and comes down and ties into the frame, but that it comes up this way to make it as strong as possible. I also want to add some door bars that follow along the openings and kind of tie in right here, run a bar up right inside the dash, hoop for the windshield, and then back. Just add some, you know, a little bit of stiffness, a little crash protection with a door bar set. I know it's going to take away from it a little bit, but, you know, protection is pretty important, so making sure everybody's safe is good. One thing I thought was neat, I'd never really paid attention to, are the latches here on the hood and the windshield. Let me see if I can get over here. They have cracks in them. So these pins have flat spots. So like on the windshield here, I just took the windshield apart. So you can see here is a flat pin, and let's see if I can get a better angle. The groove right here. So it allows you to take it apart and actually, remove the pieces pretty quickly. I thought that was pretty neat. We took the windshield off to transport it, and I threw it back on here when I got home. So, so there, it's already back in. You can do both sides, obviously, but I'm just one guy. Look inside the storage container here, or the battery bay. Yeah, the tray is down there for a battery. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to having something old, but something new to drive. So I haven't been making videos too much lately. Got lots of stuff going on. Have done quite a bit of stuff in the last couple of years, but haven't worked on vehicles. So I'm looking to get back into that. And I've got the space to do it now. So we'll get to it.